morning, everyone, and happy Tuesday. I'm joined here today with Anika.
Hi, good morning.
And our top stories for you guys today are...
We're going to be narrating all the changes you can expect during Ramadan 2025.
And Sheikh Hamdan's newest policy, Arabic is mandatory in private schools.
We're also going to be talking about the UAE Minister of Economy who ran a marathon in Kerala.
And celebrities unite for India versus Pakistan celebration at MFVM Dubai. And later on the show, we're going to be joined by the 17-year-old racer making waves in the UAE drifting. And in today's rapid weather report, today's weather is windy and cloudy with a chance of light rain and highs of 23 Celsius. Do you notice that it rained a little bit in the morning?
I actually didn't catch any rain.
Really?
And that is the fun part about Dubai. When one part rains, the other part is like, you're lying. It didn't actually rain.
Yeah, I know. It doesn't rain all together.
Like different it's like parts so rain scattered.
Yeah.
But yes, there are reports that there is a lot of rain coming in. It's expected. The temperatures are expected to lower from this week. So
yeah, I'm so excited.
Honestly. Like I think this might be our last hold on like a good UAE winter. So if you want to make your desert plans, if you want to go get your karaks,
sunsets,
catching your sunsets, going
wear
to
all
the
your
beach.
favorite sweaters.
Exactly. This is your last stretch to use those boots.
Go out every day. That's what I'm doing this week. Literally. Because in Ramadan, it's a bit difficult to be going out other than at night. But at night, the nice will be weather. The weather will be so nice in Ramadan.
It will be. But like, you know, we're going towards like the
a warmer.
I'm assuming.
This is the last month of nice weather.
Yes, this is the last month of nice
I can't believe it, by the way. It always upsets me so much when we reach this time of year when I have to say goodbye to this cold, nice weather.
Yeah, it hurts.
It hurts so much.
And then like you spend like 2-3 months in AC and you're like, okay, didn't really make a difference.
I don't know. I can't explain it. Not FOMO from other people, but FOMO from having this weather go away and I'm not making use of it.
Exactly. Sometimes I'm sitting at home. I'm like just chilling at home. And I'm like, what are you doing? You're wasting this weather.
You're wasting this. Exactly. Do anything. Just go for a walk or something. Anything. Or get hot chocolate.
And the only time I feel it is when I'm sitting at home resting or when I'm at work inside the building.
And you're looking outside the window and like, oh, it looks like it's cloudy. It looks like it's windy.
It looks so beautiful. And I'm in here stuck behind a laptop. I should be getting out.
Yeah, and it's sometimes hot inside and you just should be going out. Yeah. This is why I haven't been in the gym in 2 months. Because I'm like, you know what? Weather or gym?
Okay. So now you can blame the weather for your laziness.
Think about it, okay? Mm-hmm. It's just 2 months of the year where you have such nice weather. So you're done with work. Mm-hmm. What would you pick?
Well, you know, Masa, there are gyms outdoors.
What? Where is this?
Yeah, like in the beach.
Weights. Like I have specific machines that I like to use.
Okay, weights, yeah.
Think about it. Like here in Dubai, it's the opposite.
Just take the dumbbells outside. In the parking. If you see a psycho doing something in the parking.
But really, like if you think about it, okay, here in Dubai, I feel like it's the opposite. Everyone's training for the summer body. We're training for the winter body.
Actually, yeah, in Dubai, you train for a winter body.
Yeah. So the whole summer is...
I mean, in summer too, but like, you know, winter more.
Winter, yeah. You train in summer because the days are so long.
Masa, I don't understand. What is this? Do you only work out when the sun is out?
No. It's just, in summer, I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything. That's why when I go to gym, I feel productive. But in winter, if I decide to go to gym instead of going outside to enjoy the weather, I feel like I'm missing out.
But my logic is slightly different. For me, in summer, you're sweating anyways. So if you skip the gym, it's okay. Because you'll sweat eventually.
Okay.
But, yeah.
Agree to disagree.
Okay, we agree to disagree.
I trained for the winter body. And not summer body.
And we move on. To something that a lot of you guys have been asking us to summarize very quickly. The changes to expect during Ramadan 2025, which is right around the corner, or in fact starting this Saturday.
Hopefully.
So first change, the happiest change, what we've all been looking forward to, working hours are going to be cut short by 2 hours in the private sector. So the public sector is going to work from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. on Monday and Thursday, and 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on Fridays. 70% of the total workforce in the public sector will also be permitted to do remote work on Fridays.
And for restaurants, nearly all restaurants stay open during the day. It's advised to reserve a table for order in advance as there may be a rush during sunset.
For parking, 2 hours of free parking during iftar and near mosques, and paid parking from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. and from 8 p.m. to midnight.
As for shopping, supermarkets and grocery stores may extend operating hours. And as a tip, it's advisable to shop for Ramadan needs early due to potential rushes before the start of the holy month.
And lastly, Salik updates. Salik is going to be free between 2 a.m. to 7 a.m., 4 dirhams between 7 a.m. to 9 a.m., 6 dirhams between 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and 4 dirhams between 5 a.m. to 2 a.m. And on Sundays, the peak hour fee will be set to 4 dirhams. If you want to follow up all these updates, feel free to find our post, which is on the Lovin Dubai Instagram page.
And I think it's really important to notice the changes in parking fees because you need to avoid fines. Okay, you don't want to get any fines in Ramadan. It's all about being peaceful. So you don't want to get irritated. So please, because this happened to me last year, I did not notice the time difference and the changes in the parking fees. I didn't know that it's still open till 12 a.m. and I had to pay. So I got a fine.
Aww.
So this is an advice from past Massa to future Massa and to everyone that's watching. Make sure to pay your parking fees. Moving on to a different story. Sheikh Hamdan's policy, Arabic is set to be mandatory in private schools. So under the new directive of Sheikh Hamdan, the KHDA has introduced a policy making Arabic language education mandatory for children from birth to 6 years in all private schools and early childhood centers in Dubai. This initiative, which will take effect in September 2025 for schools starting in September and April 2026, and for those schools starting in April, it encourages an interactive and fun approach to learning Arabic.
Schools will be required to offer different learning options for both native and non-native Arabic speakers. The policy aims to strengthen the use of Arabic in both schools and society while fostering pride in Emirati culture, language and heritage.
That's a really good thing to do.
You know, I studied in an Indian school.
Did you learn Arabic?
Yes.
Oh.
So, but the thing is, this is actually a big problem that anyone who has studied in the UAE anyone who has studied in the UAE faces. But like, if you studied in the UAE, but like not exactly in like a in an Arabic
school.
medium school or something.
Because all of us studied in either American or British schools.
Except for me, who studied in an Indian school. Okay.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm not as
Sorry,
good.
no. But sorry, I'm not white.
But here's basically what happens. Here's basically what happens. I know how to read Arabic.
Okay.
I know how to
you kind
write
of understand
in Arabic.
By the way.
Huh?
When I speak to you in Arabic, you kind of understand.
Yes, that's because I pick it up in bits and pieces. So I know how to read Arabic, I know how to write in Arabic. But if you ask me to speak to you, like have a fluent conversation with you in Arabic,
it's difficult.
I don't know.
Do you know specific dialects in Arabic or is it just formal Arabic?
I just know
formal
Arabic and I can pick up the dialects. Like I can't even identify the dialects, but I can pick up words from every dialect because like, you know, you're surrounded by different dialects.
So if I spoke to you in my own dialect, would you get it? Or I have to speak to you in formal Arabic?
If you spoke to me in your own dialect, I would get it. In fact, if you spoke to me in formal Arabic, I might
have to focus a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like something that
it's really
it's like a running meme about how we all know how to read and write, but we don't know how to speak. Like that is the most weirdest way to approach a language.
That's me with French. I don't understand it. I can't read it and I can't understand, but I took it in school.
Can you read it?
No.
Can you write it? So how is it you with French?
It's just I took it for 7 years in school and then
7 years and you still didn't like pick it up at all?
At all.
Wow.
Maybe because I just hated the colonizers, that's why. So I do not adopt the colonizers' language.
Petit croissant.
That was the inner me was always resisting the colonization.
You are so.
Even in languages.
You are an inspiration.
From an inspiration to everyone.
From school.
Now moving on, so we don't get political. The UAE Minister of Economy ran a marathon in Kerala.
That is so fun. This is such a cute story. So the UAE Minister of Economy, His Excellency Abdullah bin Tuq Al-Mari, was one among the athletes who took part in Kerala's Year of Community Run. This special segment was hosted as a part of the 8th edition of the Kannur Beach Run, and it was meant to celebrate inclusivity, well-being, and global togetherness.
The minister was able to complete a quick 5 kilometers run and promised to come back next year to do a whole half marathon. The event was held as a mark of tribute to the UAE's Year of Communities 2025, announced by UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan to encourage active contributions to society through community service, volunteering, and impactful initiatives.
So now the UAE and India share deep-rooted economical, cultural, and community-driven ties, with nearly 1 million Malayalis calling the UAE their second home. The Year of Community Run also serves as a platform to raise awareness about community service initiatives among the expatriates who live in Dubai, reinforcing the spirit of unity and shared responsibility.
I saw the run, by the way. It was so cute.
It was, and like there's a video of him, saying like Kerala is amazing. So Kerala's popular tagline is God's own country.
Nice.
So I think the Malayali population in Dubai is one of the oldest South Asian populations who migrated to Dubai and helped start up. I remember my father, his business kind of grew in Dubai the same time when Dubai was growing itself. So they were kind of like the people who came in and started up their businesses.
He saw the growth and he grew himself.
Exactly. Like that oil boom money helped a lot of us.
A lot of people, yeah.
Yeah.
So, a lot of Palestinians, the same thing happened to a lot of Palestinians here. They joined here before the country boomed.
Oh.
And they grew with it also.
Exactly.
And they hold a really big status because of this.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing.
So if you find potential in one of the countries, go now.
Huh? Sorry?
If you find a potential in one of the countries, go now.
Go now, yeah. I mean, I think Saudis getting into that same spirit. But it's so nice when UAE leaders always go there. I know that Sheikh Hamdan, he hasn't gone to Kerala yet, if I'm not wrong. Yeah. But he did go to London. And it was this time when it was the time of Onam, which is this harvest festival in Kerala. Yeah. And he went to London and he still had the traditional Kerala meal that you have.
Yeah.
And he took a picture with everyone from the restaurant and they were all in their traditional wear and all of that. And it's very sweet because I love how much the royal family actually really loves India, but especially the Malayali community
100%.
in India, which is very nice.
And further enforcing the idea of community in 2025.
The year of togetherness, which is what this run was all about.
And the idea of community and celebration and uniting, because celebrities united for India versus Pakistan celebration at the MVM Dubai. A star-studded reunion took place last night at MVM Dubai as international superstars gathered to celebrate the India versus Pakistan cricket match.
So we saw internet sensations like Ori, Amir Khan, the boxer, Vedant Majahan, and the iconic Ed Westwick. They were all present for this special occasion.
The event was filled with excitement, showcasing how cricket brings celebrities from around the world together. Also, Fahad and Safa were there.
Fahad and Safa
was there.
If I'm from the Pakistan side, I know Atif Aslam was there.
Yeah.
So the India versus Pakistan match is always a huge deal. It is a big thing. So it is honestly at this point it is a cultural festival.
And I'm so happy that no one is hostile, they just want to celebrate. Whoever won, they just want to celebrate it,
Well, actually, no. The team that loses,
listen,
there's the memes that
keep
come
it there. Let's just keep it there, okay? We're all celebrating the win.
The memes that come out are incredible. But it's very nice because so India usually can't play in Pakistan. Pakistan doesn't play in India. So they find UAE to be the middle ground and they come to Dubai and affect my home traffic because I live in Sports.
Did you get affected by traffic? Because
yes, there was a lot of there were a lot of cars. It was
That's
not
good
traffic.
That you went at the MVM area because there were a lot of celebrities.
Yep.
So no traffic.
But it's definitely an iconic something as an Indian or a Pakistani or just someone who's interested in the culture, you have to like witness this match happen at least once in your life because it's a huge phenomenon. You have this renewed sense of patriotism that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, but I've seen a lot of pictures. People are holding flags. People are dancing. People are also Indian and Pakistani celebrities are standing next to each other and celebrating.
Yeah,
I saw Ken Doll also holding the flag and dancing.
Yeah, at this point, like we are all like besties.
It's lighthearted. Have fun. It's just a match. It's nothing. You're not winning. It's not a war against each other. It's just a match. Anyways,
yes.
Don't go anywhere because. After this very, very, very short break, we're going to be joined by a 17-year-old drifter, Muhammad Yunus, a.k.a. the Car Gentleman. So don't go anywhere. His story is really inspiring. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. Today's guest is Muhammad Rehan Yunus, known as the Car Gentleman. Is no ordinary 7-year-old. Muhammad Rehan Yunus is already making a name for himself in the UAE drifting scene. Competing against seasoned drivers, he secured 3rd place overall in the Emirates Drift Championship. Woo! Congratulations!
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me here.
Oh my God. Okay, first question. Do you have a driver's license?
No, I don't. I have a track license specifically for drifting, and I'm only allowed to drive on track, not on the roads.
Oh, interesting.
Well, what first got you into drifting? Why drifting?
So I've always been into cars. At the age of about 1.5 years old, I was constantly watching the Cars movie on repeat all the time. And then me and my father always bonded with cars because we always loved cars. As I grew up, he took me to car shows, you know, we'd watch drifting there, and I would also see Ken Block on TV, and he was my main inspiration to get into drifting, as well as, Fast and Furious, Tokyo Drift. That's why I got into drifting.
Well, what age did you start drifting?
So I started last year, 2023 November, when I was 15. And I got about 46 hours of training in before 2024 EDC.
Oh, so this recent EDC where you won 2nd place in round 2, what was the most challenging part of the competition?
Of the competition, the most challenging part was in round 3, we broke the tie rod, and it was irreparable, so we couldn't fix it in time to get the car back on track. Yeah. So it was tough, it was challenging, and overall we learned a lesson. We need to tighten the tie rods next time.
Question for those who are not as car aware, what's a tie rod?
A tie rod essentially connects the wheel to the steering wheel.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big part.
Yes.
So how did you drift around if you were?
So we broke it, so I couldn't go on track. After my first qualifying run, I broke it.
Oh.
Yeah.
But I noticed something in the drifting championships. The cars are always run down. Why is that? Like it's either broken or the tires like it's
Because so the cars, you're going high speed, you're going close to the wall. So sometimes the back of the car grazes against the wall, and the tires are spinning rapidly. So there's a lot of burnt rubber just sticking to the underside of the fenders. Also, in tandems, you're side by side with someone, so you're always constantly getting hit.
yeah. So something.
Yeah, so something's bound to happen.
Have you experienced any mishaps or mistakes?
No, just the tie rod, really.
Alhamdulillah, nothing
Does
happened
it
to you.
feel like every time you're getting into a car that like this could go very, very bad?
No.
Is there like a direct threat to your life?
No, I keep it cool. I like to get in the car.
You enjoy it.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I'm very calm when I'm in the car.
That is so important though.
Yeah,
I would
like,
be screaming.
I would be so scared, but I kind of low-key want to be part of it. So I want to get into a drifting car.
What advice do you have for someone who wants to get into drifting?
Inexperienced, no
Get a
experience at all.
simulator.
Simulator?
Yes.
But I don't want to drive. I want to be.
Start on the simulator. I started on the simulator about 3 years ago.
Yeah. Okay.
And I built my experience on the simulator, and then my parents took me to Pro Drift Academy just
Nice.
as a fun experience, you know. We weren't planning to take it serious, but they saw how much I loved it, and they continued with
So you
it.
go to arcades and just start with the simulator there.
Not that kind of simulator. So you need like
Okay, Masa.
you need a more realistic simulator.
More realistic simulator.
Yeah.
So how do you balance, driving, drifting, being on track with being on school, and I'm assuming going out with your friends?
Yeah, it's
having a
tough.
social
It's
life.
tough. So when I'm not on track, I'm always studying. I'm either studying or I'm checking the car. Most of the time, it's studying. So last year I had mocks, GCSE mocks during EDC, and it was really tough.
Oh.
This year I didn't have much of a problem because I had one exam before EDC. So I got that over and done with, and then I just had a few mocks. So I was just studying for those as well.
That is such a hectic schedule. I don't know how
Yeah.
you
How
do
do
it.
you
It
keep?
is. It's hard.
And which grade are you in?
I'm in year 12 now, so I'm
Year
doing my
12.
A-levels.
Which is not an easy grade.
It's not
at
an
It's
all.
easy
not.
grade. Yeah. Have to think about college now.
Yeah, I do.
Or
So
we're thinking
would
about
you
drifting.
study here, or would you?
I'm planning to go to the UK.
Oh,
Hopefully.
okay.
Yeah.
So how are you gonna continue? Do you have any plans as to like how you're gonna continue?
So when I go to university, I'm not really sure what I'm gonna do with the drifting. So I'd either take a break or I'll start it over there.
I think you can still start it over there. It's a nice
Do
hobby.
you have a drifting culture? I think they do.
It's mainly in Ireland.
Yeah,
it's
that's what it
based
is,
in
yeah.
Ireland.
And
in
Eastern European, I think, right?
England, there isn't much of a culture, no. But if I were to go to Ireland, then yes, it's a huge culture. It's as big as Japan.
But you're doing your research, so like
Yeah.
it seems like you're getting. I'm sure it will follow you.
Keep it going. Don't
Very
stop,
well.
really.
Inshallah.
So, question. So you're like the youngest. Like you have things to worry about, like exams. Whereas I'm sure like your fellow drifters are not.
Yeah, they're just focusing on the competition.
Yeah, they're looking at other
Yes.
things. So what is
Yeah.
it like? Do you speak to them? Do you get bullied?
No,
Do they,
I don't
like-
really get bullied. We're more of a community. We try to support each other, and it's all about having fun, really.
Do you ever feel intimidated because they're seasoned drivers?
At the start, I did. Last year, I did. I was intimidated. I was intimidated by the crowd, by the drivers. But this year, I was just focused on myself. I didn't really look at anyone, so I wasn't really bothered.
So you're just doing it for fun, or
Yeah.
You call yourself as the car gentleman.
Yes.
Why do you call yourself the car gentleman? What's the?
I don't know. Really, it just stuck. I started the Instagram page a few years ago, before
Yeah.
the drifting and everything, and it just stuck. Really,
Just stuck, yeah.
I just
Okay.
stuck with it.
The car gentleman.
But I think that every drifter has a specific name. I heard the Angel, the Venom, stuff like that.
I'm not sure about that,
Yeah.
but I think it's usually just their cars rather than their actual handles, yeah.
So it's your name, not your car's name?
No, I've named the car Blaze.
Blaze?
Yeah.
Blaze. Okay. I have noticed this. A lot of people name their cars.
Like the Venom.
Like even if they're not on the track.
Yeah.
Like just in general, they like to name their cars.
Yeah.
So what is, coming back to drifting, what is one big misconception, like a stereotype that you've noticed? Like maybe your friends in school, what do they think about drifting?
They think it's just about losing traction and just flooring it. But it's not, and just using the handbrake, but it's not really just flooring it and losing traction. You need a level of grip on track so you can control the car instead of just ramming into the wall. That's one big misconception. Another misconception is everybody relies on the handbrake. Not necessarily. So there are multiple types of initiations. The handbrake is just there for emergencies, especially when you're tandeming, because it's a quick thing. And it's all about throttle control rather than steering inputs.
Wow. Those are so many words I didn't quite understand. But, that is very cool.
But correct me if I'm wrong, I know that in competitions you're not allowed to use the smoke, right? You're not allowed to have a lot of smoke around you because it can eliminate you, or the judges can't see what you're doing. Is it like a cheating thing?
I'm not sure about that. It's more on the car's power, how much smoke comes out, the car's power, the type of tires you're on. I'm not sure about the judging in terms of that, but I don't think it should be a problem, especially in the Pro-Am category, which I'm competing in. The cars are very underpowered, so you don't really have to worry about that too much. You just have to make sure the person who's gone before you hasn't left so much smoke on the track, so you let the cloud of smoke clear up, and then you can go.
Okay. So
I'm hearing a lot of terms which makes me feel like physics might be your favorite subject.
It is.
it is.
And
It's very important.
It's very important.
It is. To understand the mechanics of the car, to understand how the car will slide, the tire pressures, the tire compounds, everything plays a role into physics.
So while you're like on the track actually drifting, do you actually have to like make certain calculations like in your head?
I just go for it, but the calculations are happening in my head.
They are happening.
Yeah. It's just
so
organic.
Fascinated by this kind of like brain.
Yeah.
How do you work? Like I see 2 + 2.
You have to be a little bit calculated when you're driving and drifting. That's what I think.
Yeah, because I personally cannot even drive on the road. So like I still don't have my license. I tried. It just didn't work out. So like, it's very inspiring.
Very inspiring. Do you encourage people to get into drifting?
It's hard. It's not easy, but if you have a passion for cars, do it. It's great. It's fun.
And I bet your friends think you're so cool, right?
Yes.
How does your family and friends feel about your passion?
They're very supportive.
Yeah?
Yeah. They're very supportive. They're always by my side, my family. And my friends are really supportive as well. Alhamdulillah. That's all I can say.
The cool guy in the group,
So, last question. I mean, you already told us that you're going into like university soon. But before that, like before you actually make that step, any other plans, any other competitions, like your future? What are you looking at?
I'm not really sure, but for my future, I'm looking at automotive engineering or motorsports engineering, because it does help in this field. And nothing much. I haven't really thought so much about it. The drifting, I just consider it a hobby because it's not something that's long term. It's not something that can make money. So I'm just thinking of it as a hobby, and I'm focusing more on studies, of course.
What advice would you give to young car enthusiasts that want to get into drifting?
Focus on studies, and if you want to get into drifting, simulators.
Simulators?
Yeah, they're the best.
Not go for it?
Simulators or go-karting.
Go-karting, really?
Yeah, go-karting does play a role into drifting, not as big as simulators.
Yeah.
I feel like simulators have a better effect because you're more experimental.
Yeah.
You can experiment with the car. You can just change the setup within minutes.
Get
you're
used
not
to the lane
afraid
also.
of crashing. So when you don't have that fear of crashing, when you're in the actual car, you're not very bothered about crashing either.
Thank you so much for coming, Muhammadin.
Thank
It's
you so
really
much
the
for
car
having me.
gentleman. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Annika. And this brings us to the end of the show. We go live every morning at 8:30 a.m. So please come tune in. Bye bye.